morning, ladies and gentlemen and friends. Before I proceed any further, I must emphasize on the fact that the presentation today was prepared based on focusing on number of youngsters, hoping to see number of youngsters in the forum. But when I see the participants here, I think I can be a participant and some of you can be the panelists because you're so experienced and with a lot of knowledge across. But having said that, I also see a number of individuals from different industries in the tourism business other than in the DMC directly. Therefore, I feel and I hope that the presentation today will be of some use to all of you. And the presentation is broken down through three specific areas, and I try to keep it within the 15 minutes as well. One on the DMC model, which most of you will possibly know, but I will touch upon that. Secondly, very important message here is how to maintain relationship with FTOs. Again, may not be magic to some of you who are already been in the business and maintain and being experts in doing so over the years. And then a little bit on some information sharing on the basis of how do you manage in a time of uncertainty. Of course, the current crisis is unprecedented, and we have not been faced with a similar situation in the past, but we have a lot of lessons that we have learned over the years, over many crisis scenarios, though in magnitude it is not as severe as it is currently faced by all of us. So I hope the presentation will give you some insight, or to some of the juniors here, something meaningful for you to take home. So with that, I will proceed. On the DMC model, as you know, the destination management companies, we have a one-stop shop effort here. We specialize in providing services to many partners across the globe, and in that sense, we have to continuously and consistently upgrade our knowledge and know-how in the product and all the required details with regard to the destination that we are selling our island, Sri Lanka. So the teams that we play a part in this is the critical factor here, and team play a vital role in ensuring that we excel in our respective companies as destination management companies. The destination management company name itself sounds a little technical in other forums, though it may not be the case here. So in more simpler terms, inbound to a company or inbound to operator is something that more layman terms how people would understand. So here we talk about on the destination management company purely because all of you are from the industry and you would definitely understand what I'm saying here. So it's a one-stop shop, how we bring about so many activities together and present as a total package. We are a middle party in the business, and it is a time where the middle layer gets eliminated in a lot of the businesses today. The buyer meets the seller directly, there's bypassing the internet, all of that has come, but there's still a significant part we can play if we up the game plan and ensure that our presence is made to feel useful, valued, and our partnerships are maintained very well. So in the destination management company, we have certain internal components that we value a lot. Correspondence, itinerary preparation, I don't have to go into detail there. But there are so many things that we manage, and I particularly would like to emphasize on the complaint management. And I personally feel, and I'm sure a lot of you will understand, like we always do in our lives, when things are going good, we're all good. When there's under pressure, how you bring out the best in you is what matters most. So how do we complaint resolution? All of that means a lot. There are a lot of other activities that we conduct in our internal part. On the external part, again, on the interaction with the FTOs, our sales and marketing visits, some of the juniors possibly wonder when your bosses take the bag and go overseas saying, I'm out of the country for 1 week. There he goes for tamasha. There he goes for a party, a good time, and come back to the country. It is not the case. It's a lot of hard work. You go from door to door. You interact with people. You network. You have little sleep. You go into socializing in the basis of building relationships. And wake up in the morning, take a long train, sometimes 3-hour, 4-hour train, just for a visit or a presentation. So there are a lot that we do in the part of external responsibilities as well as a DMC. We negotiate for brochure space to ensure that Sri Lanka is on the map. And there are so many other factors that we engage in ensuring the DMC responsibilities are carried out. Our main stakeholders, we have the investor, the shareholder for each of our companies, whether it's a listed company, whether it's a group of companies and a company that belongs to a subsidiary of a diversified company, whether it's a partnership, whether it's a private-owned company, or whether it's a single managed company, or whatever the case, we have a shareholder, we have an owner, we have an investor. So that's a very key stakeholder. Then our biggest asset, all of you, all of us who play in this game, our staff. That's our number one asset. Number two, number three, you name it. That's our biggest asset. Our customer, you might wonder why I say B2B, B2C, and B2B and C. The B2B is our cooperator that we engage in. We have to maintain great relationship with them. The B2B to C, when I say, is their client. You B2B, but we eventually service the client. And if that client doesn't take good feedback, your B2B relationships can get ruined. So there's a very important part to play. With the emerging of internet and online facility, we engage in B2C as well. All of the DMCs, although our primary objective is B2B, we engage in fair amount of B2C engagement as well. The guides and the chauffeurs, it's a team game, it's a relay. You pass the last lap, pattern for the last lap is done by our chauffeurs and our guides. How much of hard work you do, they are the breaker or the maker. They run the last lap. They play a very significant role in ensuring the success of our businesses. The suppliers, the hotels, the transport providers, the name it, or the ancillary partners, boat suppliers, number of them depending on the requirements, a very vital stakeholder as well. The government bodies whom we engage with, the authority, the NTO, we engage with them in a lot of the activities that we do as a DMC. Airline partners, the key partner, particularly Sri Lankan Airlines being our national carrier. We engage with them in a lot of activities. They bridge the gap. They become a very vital partner in this business, and many others as well. So that's the way we see as a stakeholder in our businesses. The key strength of a DMC, energy, ready to go, energetic team, hunger to know the destination, knowledge building. How much can we be ahead of our competition, in terms of destination competition in terms of among us as well. Though we are complementing partners, we are competitors as well. So therefore it's necessary that you have that ability. Passion for the job. This is one job where you need to feel for it. It's not a job, it's a lifestyle. It's a partnership that you engage in ensuring. Some of the veterans, some of the partners in the business, like somebody mentioned, some of the years of experience, you will wonder that they have invested their entire life into this business. That's a passion for the business. Availability and contactability. 3 o'clock in the morning can be the most important call you're going to get, and from unknown number. Could be an accident. Some wayside guy get the number, call you to say that there's a problem. That unknown number, unknown time could be the most important call of the day. So you have to be available to pick up that call, not because your boss's number appear on your phone. It could be another call that is important. Updates on what's happening around, regular updates on supply channels and features, a positive attitude. It is needed mostly today to have a positive attitude, even without unknown journey ahead of us. We need to be positive. So that's on the part of DMC. And again, as I said, maybe I'm repeating myself to all what is already known. The relationship with the FTOs, the second part of it. And this is, I think, is critical for us at this stage. There is a time, there can be a disengagement with our FTOs at this stage. They themselves are going through a challenging times. They are challenging their business model as well. Some of them are downsizing. Some of them, today the buzzword is right sizing. Some of them are reducing their staff, overheads, cutting, all of that. As much as the revenue streams have dried down for all of us, there's a revenue stream dried up for all of them as well. What are the things we should be doing with them? We have to make sure that we maintain our relationship with them. We inform them about what is happening in the country. We respond to them for any sort of inquiry that they want to know. In addition to that, I have also highlighted here, not just on crisis time, but what we should be doing with maintaining FTO relationships. So there are a lot of things I have said here, and I'm sure the list doesn't stop here. There are more things to be added, but these are the things that I recognize as important. Positioning Sri Lanka as a top destination. We are a brand ambassador as well. We market the destination. We just don't market ourselves only. We market the destination. Without Sri Lanka, we are not a player. And when it's Sri Lanka, we are not the only player. We market multiple number of supply chains. We market multiple number of hotels. We market multiple number of attractions, multiple number of service providers, the jeeps, the boats. So we are really bringing the entire proposition here is to bring everything together and presenting to the overseas tour operator. No other supply provider in Sri Lanka would do that other than the DMCs. So therefore, we play a very vital role, and we have to maintain that as a frontline DMC partnerships in Sri Lanka, for which we are all well known for. A lot of the tour operators recognize their counterparts in Sri Lanka as a wonderful bunch of people. We all can be very, very proud of having played that role to be that person we are, or the groups, or the companies we are. So that's the second set of relationship with FTOs. The third one can go into further discussion as we go into the next session, but I'll touch on a little bit on that. Crisis time, management responsibilities. What is that is required to be done? I think from managers, I take the managers as an important thing as well. Flow of information to staff. There should be regular flow of information to staff. We need to be able to keep them engaged in what's happening around. Some of them may not be the best of information to be passed on, but we should have a communication going. Then regular communication with staff. It's important that we don't disconnect with them at the time of crisis. We have to make sure that we are engaged. There's a communication flow. There are the ways that we can address those. We don't have to have a common forum. Then the networking with the NTOs, we have to continue our network. When the business bounces back, we have to make sure that we carry on from where we stopped. So therefore, there should be regular communication with them. Then discussions with rebouncing initiatives. As an association, I'm proud to say our senior members in the Slaito Association, they spend a lot more time in industry initiatives than their respective company activities. They engage a lot from morning to evening, 24/7 sometimes, even during the times of lockdown and curfew, engaging with the government authorities in ensuring that finding solutions, soft loans, the staff facilities, the number of things may be little known to us in the industry, because it's not right to communicate until there is some understanding is made. But there's a number of things that is being in discussion with government entities. Dialogue with government relief, government authorities for relief, as I said. They engage with the National Tourism Authority on behalf of all the stakeholders to see how we can bounce back, what are the mechanisms to go forward, how we can keep brand Sri Lanka in the mind, top of the mind brand in the international markets. The fourth, you will find that some of us are taking this now, having to take tough decisions. We all must understand the tough decisions are not made other than for all the right reasons. And today the business continuity is being challenged. The revenue streams are challenged. There are other tough decisions we have to do, taking into mind the stakeholder that I mentioned before, the shareholder, investor, the ongoing concern. We all can only survive in the industry if we can there's continuity. lead by example. I think it's essential for a management team. We can't ask staff to do what you are not, what we are asking them to do is what we are doing. We practice, we lead by example. The last little bit that I have shown here are the heart and the brain. These are not hard decisions. These are not decisions from the heart. We are professionals. This has to be decisions to be taken from the head, analyzing the situation. So these tough decisions have to be made for us to see the greater good of organization, the greater good of the industry. Staff. There's a part for all of us to play as well, as staff of each company. The cross there, fake news. We have to be mindful. There are right now all WhatsApp groups, all our communication groups. There are some people, their best intention is as soon as they get something, pass it down. Because they want to be the first to know, pass the information. They love to be the champion there. You have to be responsible. You have to be mindful of what you contribute, what you distribute. There's a lot of fake news around. We have to be mindful of that. Be positive. I know times are tough. How can I be positive when there's nothing good to talk about? I agree. There's nothing good to talk about. Look at the space available for yourself, for learning, remote learning. Advance your knowledge base. Use the time to do something that you never had the time to do. Yoga, meditation, studying, playing guitar, making food. It can be anything. Stay hopeful. Improve your product knowledge. You have to understand. Use that time. Stand together. Stay connected with colleagues and with your management team. There are challenges ahead. But we all have to know we have all done. Every challenge has a time limit. And it moves on. And we face another, but this challenge will move on. Look at the bigger picture. Like I said, managers make decisions, but we have to also look at the bigger picture. Some decisions are not made because I am not liked. Some decisions are made because that's in the interest of the bigger picture. So we all must be understanding that. I know some of these statements can be depressing, but reality is this, we all have to face it. But we all have, in this entire game, the way we have played in the past, you guys have been wonderful. Our teams, our companies, our staffing in our companies, this entire DMC fraternity has been a fantastic in taking Sri Lanka to where it is today. But there's one fundamental right in all what we do, which is no player is bigger than a team. Nobody. However, whatever the superstar you are in any game, whether it's a company team, a sports team, or any other group of people, there is no player that is bigger than a team. So all decisions that is being taken or to be taken in the future or now onwards will be with the heart in mind, which is in the interest of team. I'll leave you with for you to believe how good you are and how good we can be, to be proud of yourself, your companies, your country, and we will come out of this well and bounce back in moving forward.